Subject is stable. Proceed to memory wipe in T-minus 60 seconds.
I still don't see why we can't just let him keep this memory.
There is no reason to let him keep the memories of his escape. Any skills he learned are kept in his cognition areas, not memory banks.
Assuming you two don't wipe those areas as well, then I'd have to retrain him all over again.
As I was saying, if they try to escape again, they'll have some pre-existing knowledge to help them get out.
If they try to escape again, don't kill them next time. She wasn't supposed to die.
Something's off. His breathing is starting to become irregular.
Initiating memory wipe in T-minus...
Okay, here we go.
What are we supposed to do if he's conscious?
It doesn't matter. It'll only be a second.
2, 1. Initiating memory wipe.
Vitals are stable.
Is he okay?
Assuming you both did your jobs correctly for once.
He's fine.
Delta 6, you're in our hands now.
Gemini Rue is an indie-developed point-and-click adventure made in a retro style, like the old adventure games that us older generations grew up with. That being said, it may not be for everyone, but I enjoyed the throwback look and feel.
Yes, Azrael?
Something's wrong. He should have been here by now.
People change in 5 years.
He's not with the Body Okuden anymore. I told you.
We're already an hour late. I can't stay in orbit unnoticed forever.
What do you want me to do?
Find him. Get a new extraction point or we're getting...
For the majority of the game, you'll be switching back and forth between two characters. One, a gritty detective of sorts, and the other, a patient in a very strange facility where having your memory wiped is the common punishment for misbehavior. The game is fully voice acted, which is surprising for an indie title. Unfortunately, some of the lesser character voices are pretty bad. The main characters, however, are rather good. I especially liked Azrael's voice work. Gameplay is pretty standard adventure fare. You go around talking with people, collecting items, and using them to solve puzzles. In that regard, the puzzles of Gemini Rue are rather simple compared to other adventure games. I actually found this to be refreshing because all too often adventure games have you using items in such unbelievable and ridiculous ways that in my opinion it detracts from them. In Gemini Rue, however, you're pretty much always using items as they would normally be intended.
Delta 6, I hope this will be the first and only time I have to teach you this stage of your training. Alright, let's get down to business. Today we will continue with your gun training. These tests may take a while to complete and may require some...
The game does have one thing that sets it apart from other point-and-clicks. It has real-time shootout sequences. Unfortunately, the controls for these sequences can be frustrating, as they will often respond with a delay or not at all, resulting in death. However, I think it was an interesting effort on the developer's part, and overall I think it's good that it was there.
S will return you to your cover position from any out-of-cover spot. Try going out of cover to your left now. You can fire at any target from any out-of-cover position by cycling between them with W. Try it out. The key to fighting multiple targets is that your opponents usually fire only at the last spot they saw you. Knowing this, you can switch between cover positions to fire at enemies without waiting for them to go back into cover.
There were a few faults with the game. Aside from the aforementioned shooting mechanics, I ran into a few instances where assets in the game weren't layered properly, meaning when you walked by them they would be displayed in front of your character instead of behind them. And there was also an odd control issue where if I use the control key, for some reason the escape key stops working. This was an issue because by default, control is used to improve the accuracy of weapon fire. Thankfully, you can customize the controls in the options menu, so I was able to avoid that bug, but it still was a bit frustrating the first time that I came by it.
Jump over that wall.
You think I could do that from down here?
Can I help you?
I want to join the Buddy Okuden,
Never heard of them.
but you're standing in front of their front door. Right. I need some information.
Who sent you?
The story of the game reminds me of Total Recall, but with a Blade Runner atmosphere. The only downside is that it's a bit predictable when it comes to the major twists. Even so, I enjoyed it immensely, and at only $9.99 on GOG, the price is definitely right.
Hand me your gun and you
Overall, if you're a fan of adventure games, obviously you should play this title as it's wonderful and retro. But this genre isn't for everyone, as it's pretty much entirely story-driven. If you've never tried an adventure game, well, that's pretty crazy for one thing, but basically you could equate them to an animated book. Well, that's my review of Gemini Rue. Thanks for watching.